Welcome to a video where we are looking at 5 of the best formations currently in FIFA 21. There's a lot of options in formation. If we count the whole way down, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. There are 30 different formations in FIFA 21. And there are a lot of ones that are not very good. So I'm here to help you with this video, show you the ones that I personally recommend that I think can take your game to the next level, and I'll talk you through each formation, the type of play style it might suit, and what type of players you'll need in it. The starting one is going to be the 4-2-3-1. This has been the most popular meta formation for probably the last 3 or 4 FIFAs. The reason it's so good is that it's got the 2 CDMs, so Kante and Garincha in it there. Obviously in game I'd actually use, you can see I'd put Balak there instead of Garincha. The 2 CDMs just act as a shield, which is really useful at defending. You've got lots of options across the pitch, so you've got your 4 attackers, the midfield can get involved. It's just a very well balanced formation that covers every area of the pitch. It's still got the defensive back 4. And the 2 CDMs are really useful, as I said, like to act as a shield, but then they're a link between the attack and the midfield. One of the weaknesses of this formation is that you don't have the 2 strikers up front, which some other formations have, which is pretty nice for attacking, but it's very good for possession. It's very solid defensively, it's got a lot of structure to it. It's going to help you keep the ball. So if you want a balanced formation, that's going to be good for ball possession. It's going to help you defending, give you width, good across the pitch. The 4-2-3-1 is for you. Okay, we are looking at the 4-1-2-1-2, second variation, also commonly known on FIFA as the narrow diamond. That is the second formation we're looking at, and I think it's going to be really powerful this year. What I will say about this formation is it is a very attacking one. So if you want to play this formation, if you want to play quick, tiki-taka passing football, very attacking, this is the formation for you. The problem with it is that it needs to have the fullbacks on balanced attack. Most tactics from pros, they will tell you put the fullbacks on stay back because you don't want to get counter-attacked. Whereas in this formation, because it is so narrow in the attack with the midfield and attack, it is really important that you have width, because if you have no width, it's just too easy to defend against you. So the fullbacks need to push up, but then you can get counter-attacked on. By the way, if you guys like this set of videos looking at different formations as part of your daily videos, then we can do some tactics videos for you guys that will help you out. But yeah, the narrow is really good for attacking, really quick passing. Got the 2 strikers. The 2 strikers with the cam, like that triangle up front, is really hard to defend against. And you're going to have lots of options in the middle, but it's not quite as good defensively because you just can get exposed a bit in behind. But yeah, if you want to play an attacking formation that's got lots of options, very quick passing, this is for you. But make sure you put the fullbacks on balanced attack, otherwise you're going to really struggle. Okay guys, the third formation we are looking at is the 4-3-2-1. One of the things I really like about this formation on this year, and one of the reasons that so many more formations seem a bit more viable, like possible to use, is that the attacking AI runs are so much better that it's going to make some of these formations deadly in attack. The left forward and right forward here stay quite central. I'd make sure you've got quite low width if you're using this formation, but they stay quite central and you almost get like 3 strikers. There's not really another formation in the game that properly does that. So having 3 strikers nearly is going to cause so many issues for your opponent. And with 3 midfielders, it's a lot easier to keep the ball, have lots of possession. Depending on how you want to play, then you could put the left back and right back on balanced attack to give you lots of width. Really good attack, but then you do get exposed a bit on the counter. But you can also leave your defenders on stay back, which you'd still be left with 6 attackers. I really like this formation. One of the weaknesses is it lacks a cam, so a central attacking midfielder to link up the play, but you can mess around with the player instructions on your midfield to kind of fix that. It is a really nice counter-attacking formation. You could leave your 3 forwards on stay forward and get everyone else to come back on defense. It might be a bit of a struggle to defend at times, but the counter-attack from this will be really good. I think it's one of the best counter-attacking formations in the game if that's the style you'd like to play. So yeah, 4-3-2-1, Very good formation this year. One of the most popular ones I've seen in draft. I really like it. I definitely recommend checking it out. The 4 formation we're looking at is one of my personal favourites. I actually quite liked it on FIFA 20, but it was a little bit too risky. It's the 3-5-2. The 3-5-2 is an amazing formation that has so much you can get out of it. Obviously, the initial weakness is it's not a defensive back four, so you lack the width in defending with your fullbacks. This formation really does depend on the tactic. I would make sure if you're going to play this, you have your left mid and right mid on comeback on defense, and you use a left mid and right mid that have pretty good defending stats. The 2 CDMs, like we get in the 4-2-3-1, are really nice. This formation really does have a bit of everything. It has the attacking triangle that we saw in the narrow diamond. It has the 2 CDMs we saw in the which one was it? The 4-2-3-1. It has a left mid and right mid, which we'll see in the 4-4-2, which will be our 5th formation. And it's just very well balanced. The problem is, it's just quite hard to defend in it if you don't get the left mid and right mid back quick enough. If you can find the right left mid and right mid to play the formation, it can be an incredible one to use. You just have to be very wary of counter attacks. But going forward, there's so many different attacking patterns you can get in this formation that personally, it's my favourite on FIFA. I don't think it is the strongest. It might be this year, I need to use it a bit more, but it looks like it'll be really good this year. But if I was to recommend 2 formations to go with, my first would be the 4-2-3-1 or the 5th formation that we're going to use, the 4-4-2. Here we are on our 5th and final formation, the 4-4-2. What I would say with this is, depending on if you want to be a bit stronger defensively or a bit better going forward, you can swap between the 4-4-2 second variation, that's one that has 2 CDMs, or the normal 4-4-2, which has 2 flat centre mids. I personally prefer the second variation, where you get 2 CDMs who help you out a bit more defensively. But the average player, a lot of pros tend to like the 4-4-2 more. It's just a very balanced formation. You can see straight away looking at it that it just covers every area of the pitch, has width with the left mid and right mid, and the 2 centre mids cover the middle, you have the 2 strikers. Its weaknesses that it doesn't have a central player to link the midfield and attack, so the centre mids to strikers, it can be a bit of a gap between there at times. But if you get this left mid, right mid to come back on defence and track back, it can be very hard to break down when you defend properly. And it's a very good counter-attacking formation because you get 2 players making runs through the middle, 2 players making runs out wide if you put getting behind. It's a very hard formation to defend. Now that crossing seems a lot better, it's pretty hard to defend this formation. If you want a more balanced formation, you probably want the 4-2-3-1. If you want a bit of a better attacking but still pretty balanced formation, the 4-4-2s you want to go for. My 2 recommended ones for just general gameplay that are going to get the most consistent results are probably the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1. Unfortunately on FIFA there's a lot of formations that just don't tend to work. But to wrap up this video, we've looked at the 4-2-3-1. That's a very good, well-rounded, balanced formation, good for possession and defence. We looked at the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow diamond. That's very good at quick, attacking, tiki-taka football. We looked at the 4-3-2-1, which is a very good counter-attacking, hard to defend against formation. We looked at the 3-5-2, which is risky, but an amazing attacking formation. That was a bit of everything. And then last but not least, we looked at the 4-4-2, which is a more balanced attacking formation. Hope this video has helped you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.